Going live, going live. Hey guys, I don't know where my video went, but it's Sorgatron here, ready with the Raw Wrap Up. We got a little bit of background noise going on somewhere. I don't know where it's at. One of you guys got your TV. But we're ready to talk. Monday Night Raw, minutes after the show. Ready to get with it. I think some of us have the backstage pass on, seeing what they're going to talk about here. So let's get into what's the Shield. What, in the background?
I was asking Bobby. I didn't mean to distract you.
Okay.
Was it the Shield, Bobby? Bobby, was it the Shield?
Shield.
So first of all, of course, all the guys here from the WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Go check out our stuff there and stuff. First of all, let's talk
just WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
WrestlingMayhemShow.com. That's right.
We don't own it with
No, I should probably get that. So let's start with the end of the show, the third show right now on the Backstage Pass, with our Shield and Evolution blow up at the end. What do you guys think?
I feel like that's the first time I've seen Evolution beat up the Shield.
Kinda, yeah.
I feel like it was the first time I've seen the furniture take the worst of a contract signing.
That was pretty fun.
Roman Reigns hates office furniture.
And Dean can't handle a pen to save his life.
No.
He might have a condition.
Yeah, I know.
Awesome. So I thought it was a good ender. The last couple of minutes of the show, I was kind of wondering because that Sheamus Alberto match really kind of ran up against the end. Again, Alberto's just thrown in there anymore.
And really, another concussion angle? Do we need this?
Yeah, that's exactly
what we didn't really play it
now.
like it was going to play into anything else. I mean, do you think this is going to even play out on Sunday? I just didn't get that impression.
Haven't they done this before with Sheamus?
I'm starting to lose track.
I feel so. I feel so. Yes.
They've definitely done it with Del Rio before. No one delivers a concussion quite like Alberto Del Rio.
It's those kicks.
Yeah.
It's the kicks, man.
Just
the kicks.
Those educated feet.
They make you forgetful.
Other than that, hey, another one that really stuck out again with the two Divas matches. I'm kind of liking that this becomes like the regular format, that we have the Total Divas version and then the hey, let's actually have some girls wrestle. No Divas title, nothing with Paige. Maybe she's on what is it, Superstars that they taped before this one.
He was watching the Alicia Fox match.
Yeah.
Just like the rest of us.
Exactly.
Her opponent and how crazy she is.
So, wow.
So tonight, Alicia Fox lost, right?
Yeah.
So, but Eva Marie won. So, pretty clear who the #1 contender is right now, right, guys?
Not even
I
her.
mean, it's obviously what?
Me.
No.
You put on a wig and you are the #1 contender.
Don't fucking push me. I've got a wig in my closet. I will go get it.
Put on that dress. Get in that car.
Your new Divas champion, LB. It'll be fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
Albina.
seriously, I'm hoping this isn't like a last hurrah for Alicia Fox, because I feel like somebody like Alicia Fox, like they give them something interesting on their way out the door, and then we don't, especially somebody like that who's been around seemingly forever.
Yeah,
it's kind of like once they're like, well, you've got nothing to worry about. There's no consequences for your actions. You can just kind of let it fly. And then they do, and all of a sudden you're like, wow, you're entertaining.
Why
didn't? See you later. Bye.
Yeah, why didn't we have this the entire time?
Yeah, because you're too busy, pussyfooting around in the backstage or whatever you got to do to keep yourself employed. That's a bad terminology for this conversation right now, but oh well.
And of course, the Daniel Bryan thing. So we're going to have basically a pay-per-view without a title match.
Yeah.
Without a main title match, which I cannot remember the last time they've really done that with.
Vacant held the title.
I know it's happened. Yeah, Vacant and Advance held the title for a bit. Still somewhat kind of sort of unresolved, but no, I think it's going to be fun. What was it? They're going to fire Bree if he doesn't give up the title. So
I mean,
we'll
if
see.
you're gonna fire,
that seems
and
like
if
an
you're
abuse
gonna
of
fire
power.
Bree, you might as well fire Nikki too. What's the point of having one twin if you're not gonna have the other, Sorg? Doesn't make any
No,
They're
sense.
expendable.
No, that's why you can have one and not the
Yeah, they're
other.
expendable.
You've got a backup.
Oh, yeah, we got one. We got.
If only all the top stars in WWE had like twins that they could fall back on in the long run.
Ready.
They're all like Michelle on Full House. You don't know, but there's two of them.
Exactly. I have a Shield reference in my head, but not everybody's going to get that one. And then, of course, we had, and I think this pay-per-view coming up, it's not going to suffer from it. Yeah, it sucks Daniel Bryan isn't a part of it, but the culmination of Evolution, Shield, and Wyatt, John Cena, I think, is enough to carry this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
There are a couple other good matches they added too.
mhm.
Like I'm kind of interested in seeing Big E versus Rusev, just to see them actually in a match instead of just a squash.
Yeah, definitely probably better. Although I feel like Rusev is going to go over on this one.
Yeah, I think so. It should be interesting.
And can we talk briefly about the pre-show match that they signed?
Oh, the fight again. Hair versus mask match. Bobby, I think we're getting a little feedback on you.
Oh, I'm sorry. From what?
But no, hair versus mask match. I cannot imagine this being as great as what happened in the last pay-per-view with the WLC match. But I don't know. It could steal the show again.
I think it's got a solid chance, and I can't wait to see it.
I think Hornswoggl's gonna be bald.
You can't unmask the bull.
Yeah, it kind of kills the entire thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's kind of rough.
Oh, he was just a little guy.
Oh yeah, he was just a mini. Oh, who knew?
He was the little guy the whole time.
Wasn't a real bull. Why does the
talk
bull
human
need medical
person?
attention when he gets his tail pulled off? How stupid do these people think we are, Sorg? That they would try to convince us that this bull is critically injured because he had his tail ripped off. And
I'm
caught
not a veterinarian.
all over the place. Don't BS me. Come
I'm not
on,
a
man.
veterinarian, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think
Anyway.
a real bull would care if you pulled his tail off.
I also want to point out JBL's kind of his layers of how he feels about certain animals in professional wrestling. Absolutely hates the bunny that comes out with Adam Rose, but then is in love and defends and is a humanitarian when it comes to El Torito and the tail incident from tonight.
He's twerking Michael. That was the best. Best JBL line in a while. He's twerking Michael. Look at him.
That's a winning observation.
Not to mention the JBL coming to the rescue against the Wyatts this evening, which is pretty fantastic. Great. I mean, it made it turned the Wyatts into supervillains. It felt.
It felt
To
a
me.
lot more edgy than a lot of the stuff they've done lately. It felt like actually dangerous and kind of insane, and I hope they go more in that direction where they almost feel like they feel a little bit reckless. It had almost kind of like a Nexus vibe to it a little bit, like an early Nexus kind of vibe where it was like, oh my gosh, how far are they going to take this? It was pretty good.
Once again, the Wyatts were the best part of Raw again.
Yeah, pretty much. Although I think overall, typically for a Memorial Day episode, we usually get kind of a drop, and it feels like you don't try so hard. Maybe it's because we do fall on a Monday before the next pay-per-view or special event on the WWE Network. Maybe that's the difference. I don't know. But I thought it was a pretty fun Raw tonight.
Yeah.
I thought that
I
first
only
hour.
caught the last half, but I really enjoyed what I saw.
Well, LB, you were the lucky one because that first hour was some flat out, straight up garbage.
No more giant muscle.
Can't deal with how much crap. I was joking when I said that they were going to drag Zack Ryder out during this episode, and they did. It was all right. They did okay for the second half. But man, that first hour was just you're killing me. They had the Bull versus Drew McIntyre. They had Eva Marie in a match. It had 15 minutes of talking that went nowhere. It was rough, man.
The most important thing, though, is no more giant muscles. We're going to have a new GM.
Yeah, it's too bad for Brad. I like Brad.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
I like Brad, but they weren't really using him.
Yeah, they weren't doing anything.
Yeah, but like, what else is he to do with himself now? I mean,
well, hopefully it means that he's going to be going over to SmackDown, as rumors are saying that Vicky's actually going to leave the company here very soon.
Yeah.
So there might be a nice replacement there. That's fine.
I think he should wrestle. He's a wrestler.
He needs a chance to like really like spread his wings. I mean, this GM thing is nothing. He pops up once every month. He needs to be, doing some commentary or something like that. He's got some skills.
Mm-hmm.
He's interesting enough to watch. Just doesn't get a chance to do anything.
Even if they drop it down to NXT to do some stuff consistently, it'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
Beyond that, I did want to bring up this. I saw mentioned, and I think it was either LeBar or Eisenberg on Twitter tonight, were saying about Adam Rose maybe the first gimmick that works really well with the intimate crowd with NXT, but may not work so well, or hasn't worked so well with the larger crowd at Raw.
Oh.
Do you guys think it's not working out so well? I mean, are we just kind of drowning out with our own loving of the gimmick, or how do you feel it's coming off so far?
I think it's doing all right.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
I think they need to give him some time to build. It didn't catch fire like it did in NXT, like the first night he was on, because nobody was expecting it. It's like, and you kind of heard things about it when he came to the main roster, but like NXT that first night, it was like, what the hell is this, and could we have some more of it?
He needs to do more wrestling, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, and tonight was the first night I think he was actually at a match, and even that wasn't even a full match. It wasn't as playful as we've seen like on NXT,
Sorry, sir.
I got a dual rebuttal for this.
Okay.
First of all, I don't think Adam Rose is that far off because people are trying to single him out as being like the failure from NXT. But what I'd like to point out is that like how many of these NXT guys are actually hitting it whenever they come up to the main roster? I mean, I know the Wyatts did great, and some other guys, but if you look at like the recent history, I mean, I know Paige got the title, but she hasn't started off so hot. Emma came up, she caught kind of flat. Adam Rose came up. People didn't quite get what they were going with it. Bo Dallas is here. We could talk about that a little bit more, but he's not, he doesn't quite have that serious edge that he had when he was in NXT, just from what I was seeing. He's being played mostly for jokes, which is fine because, I enjoy it, but, there was a lot more depth to him whenever he was in NXT. They're taking these maybe these guys in NXT, they get a chance to, like, you get to see the progression of their characters in NXT, but once they make the jump to the main roster, the main roster creative looks at them and just they take like one note from their actual full character that they've taken all this time to develop, and they just focus on this one note, and they turn him from this like very multi-dimensional, interesting character into like one-trick pony. I mean, but Bo Dallas' NXT, there was so much depth to that gimmick and that journey that he took to get to the point where he was Bo Leave and all that stuff. But now he's on Raw and he's just Bo Leave, and you have none of that backstory that kind of that swelled into that whole thing.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. It's interesting because, but then you look at something like the Wyatts. I think the Wyatts work because it's stated that Bray actually, or whatever his real name, Husky over there, actually writes his own stuff. Like it is completely his brainstorm, and maybe there's a little less for the writing team to screw up. And it's something that's hit so strongly that they're able to just build and build on top of, or maybe it's just because it's something that made sense. They can put all the theatrics at it like a cane,
Mm-hmm. I guess my main point is that like if you're out there, and I even tweeted back to Justin whenever he tweeted this out, and the gist is if you're going to single out Adam Rose, that's fine. Show me the guy who's come up from NXT in the last 3 or 4 months who's been gangbusters, and I don't see the person that's done that.
Nobody.
Nobody.
I mean, Rusev.
The 11.
I think
Rusev kind of the same thing. I mean, just kind of like becomes a one-trick pony. You know?
Wait. Do people?
I don't think he had any other tricks.
Do people really like Rusev, or is it just us? Are we just into it? I didn't think he was
or do we just like Lana? I'm not sure who I'm supposed to like.
Lana.
I think we're just supposed to like her.
I'm still a firm believer that Maurice is greater than sign Lana, but I know I'm alone in that.
Dead ass.
Get it.
On that note, guys, again, you can check out more of our thoughts. We do the show proper at 9 p.m. Eastern Time at live.sorgatronmedia.com. And check out this wrap up, the Thursday after shows, the Thursday Night Wars with NXT, Legends House, and Impact Wrestling. Whatever that, however much of that there may be. And of course, our Indie Mayhem show as well. And check all that at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Follow us on Facebook. Follow our Facebook group, Google+, Twitter's @Mayhem Show. Check out our friends at Slice on Broadway if you're in the Pittsburgh area and all that kind of stuff. And check out Patreon as well. Look for Wrestling Mayhem Show on there. And if you dig our stuff, support the show. So with that, I'm at Sorgatron with at DJ Lunchbox, at Mainstream Matt, and at Bobby F. J-Town. He may be taking on Facade in a 4-way at Super Indie. May or may not. We'll see.
You can do it, Bobby!
You can do it, Bobby! We'll see you guys next time.